All right. Go ahead and on our backs today. So if you want to invite props into the practice, you may want to start out with a block or a bolster or an extra yoga mat works really well also underneath your spine. So going parallel to the long edge of the mat, just root it up against your sacrum and lay on it as if it's just an extension of your spinal cord. Just have your back body open like that. I'm going to do a supported bridge. So lifting your hips and sliding something soft or durable, your choice, underneath your sacrum. For a more gentle version, your knees can be bent. Just feel the release of the pelvis. Just feel that whole pelvic bowl sort of softening and melting into the support. For something a little bit more opening, just a little bit more intense, maybe the legs are straight. Just make it feel sitting down. Some space in your body. Open up. Let me bring the microphone over. Maybe you guys can hear me better when I have the microphone close to me. All right. So we're opening up. Since ready to repeat everything over. Are we good? Find some space in the body where you can open up a bit. Maybe you feel some skin stretching. Maybe you feel some ligaments softening. We're looking to invite some change to our body today. Change through movement, change in our mental shifting as we move away from work and go into our personal time. And I want to introduce you to the idea of fragility and anti-fragility. I'll give you a little this open shape to help understand a little bit about what fragility and anti-fragility are so that you can understand how it relates to your body. So imagine that you're going to grandma's house and grandma has a curio cabinet and she loves to collect frogs. And imagine she has a glass frog, hand painted, blown glass, gorgeous. And then imagine she has a steel frog, just a frog made of steel. And then imagine your little nephew comes in with a frog in his pocket and he gives it to grandma because he thinks, you know, she collects frogs. Maybe she'd like to have a frog. So grandma puts the real frog up on the shelf with the other frogs. And just a moment later, this huge truck comes rumbling through the neighborhood and starts to shake the walls a little bit. And the curio cabinet becomes unstable and everything on it starts to tip toward the ground. So as you imagine, the glass frog is going to shatter because it's fragile. And the steel frog is just going to plop on the ground, maybe bounce once and just kind of be completely unharmed because it's robust. It's very solid, very durable. And the real frog is somewhere in between. It's what we call anti-fragile. It's going to sense that there's danger. It's going to jump off hop onto the floor, be just fine, and hop away. And destructive, but it wasn't because in a split second, it made a modification or an accommodation for the circumstance and adjusted so that it didn't get hurt. And that's how our bodies are. Our bodies are always enduring stress physically, stress emotionally, stress energetically. Circumstances in life are always changing and we're always shifting and adjusting. And so we've created this culture of sort of defragilizing our body by bringing a lot of comfort into our lives. We wear arch supports. We eat really soft foods so we don't have to chew too hard, right? We sit in ergonomic chairs. And what I invite you to think about is into your body. Stress is a good thing. Welcome sensation, welcome discomfort. Know that each time you're putting pressure whether through compression or tension into your body, you're actually stimulating healthy cell growth, circulation, mobility. You're encouraging the body to be healthy and heal. So that's why I invited you into this initial shape in a way that invites a different sensation than just laying here. Maybe you're really starting to feel it the more time you spend here. We're not going to be here much longer. But the only way for our bodies to grow and change and adjust and become stronger and healthier is to become anti-fragile. And that comes from inviting stress in so we can respond back to the stress. Stress in the joints, stress to the bones, stress in the muscles. And that all happens in our yoga practice. Take a big breath in the mouth and let it all go. With the lips sealed, notice how the breath travels in and out of your body. Notice any particular energy center in your body that's feeling really illumined right now, really powerful. Or maybe it's an energetic center that's feeling wounded, and for that, it's getting your attention. Take another big breath into the body. Let a breath go. With the next big inhale, invite your intention for this practice. Maybe your intention is a physical intention, servicing the body. It's just releasing any tension in your mind. Maybe you've been alone all day and you just like being in the company of other people. Know that we're here for you. Take a big breath into your intention and let it out into the world. If your legs are extended, begin to bend them, planting your feet down, and just lift your hips enough to slide whatever props you may have used out of the way. Hug your knees into your chest, giving yourself an opening hug, thanking yourself for being part of this practice. Know that I'm grateful for you. And hug your right knee in as the left leg presses away from you, heel down to the earth. Begin to straighten or semi-straighten, depending on how that hamstring feels. Into the right leg and out through the right ankle. I'm still wearing my socks. These are my Sit Happen socks. They'll be coming off in a moment, but they make me smile. Take another breath. And then draw the knee in towards your chest and slowly start to roll up like you're doing a little sit-up with that right knee bent, foot flat to the earth. We're going to twist over to the right. So take a big breath in, hug the knee in as you twist over to the right, looking over that right shoulder. Try to relax your left shoulder just a little bit. Where can you invite some space into the body? Space between the breaths, space between the thoughts, space between the organs and the vertebrae of the spine. One more breath. All right. Slowly kind of recoiling out that shape. Just notice how this is feeling. Then cross the right ankle over the left. Slide your left heel towards you, coming into a seated figure four shape. Now we're going to add a little spinal movement here. So I invite you to bring your hands a little bit further back behind you, turning the hands any direction that feels not necessarily comfortable in your wrists. Invite a little discomfort, a little pressure into your wrists, not pain, but just a little stress. Right? We want to give a little bit of attention to those wrists so that they feel some pressure and start to wake up. All right, while we do this, we're going to do a little spinal movement. So as you inhale, feel the shoulder blades draw together, maybe bend elbows a little bit. And as you exhale, tuck and round the chin, finding sort of like a cat pose in a seated position. Inhale, lift up, open up, gaze up. And exhale, it's that slouching that your mama told you never to do. We want to do it. 2 more. Breathe in. Movement, the shoulder joints, the elbows, the wrists. Last one. Nice. From here, we're going to roll down onto our backs. Keep the leg crossed just as it is and hug the knees a little closer to you. And maybe that invites that hip on the side. Stack the knees, sliding the right knee over the left knee. Maybe you take a bind on the ankles and just feel yourself going deeper here. Feel free to grab the toes, or maybe no bind at all. Maybe you just hug the knees and let that help promote a deeper stretch. You're going to feel it in the hips. One more breath. And then start to release. Uncross the legs. Send the feet straight up to the earth. We're going to do some little like 1980s aerobic crunches. As you inhale, feet are up the sky, arms are going to, and as you exhale, open the legs into a straddle and start to peel up like you're doing a sit-up and press, the air away from you, palms facing forward. Inhale, close the legs, arms overhead. Exhale, legs open, press up into a crunch. 3 more. Big breath in. Intentionally going slowly so you're noticing. Yes. Last one. Take it right into an edge. Feel that crunch out. And then come out. Draw the left knee and extend the right leg down onto the mat. Heel releases. Giving some flexion and some stress into that left hip now. And then extend the leg. Bind behind the thigh. Look for ways to create some more space in that left side. Beautiful. Hug the left knee back in and slowly roll up to a seated position with the left foot planted. We're going to dock left hand behind us. Big breath in to lift. Full breath out to twist. We're going to do a lot of funky twists today. We want it to feel awkward. We want to work on the body's adaptation properties. And a lot of times it's just in the mind more than it's in the body. Another big breath. Beautiful. Start to unwind slowly. Cross left ankle over right thigh. Slide the right foot towards you. Just getting set up in that figure 4 shape first. And then decide what you want to do with your hands. And I invite you to do something different. So if you had your hands, your fingers pointed out, maybe point them in. If you had them pointing back, point them forward. Just find some different way to get the attention into the wrists. And as you inhale, lift up the sternum, lift up the gaze. And as you exhale, rounding the spine, looking down at your belly button. Inhale, lift up, squeeze through the back. And exhale, tucking and rounding. Maybe even dip a little bit down to the earth when you do that. 2 more like this. Really noticing sensations in the joints. And then from here, we're going to roll all the way back down onto our backs. Hug the knees toward us, opening up through that left hip. And slide the left knee over the right knee, either hugging the knees towards you or taking a bind on the ankles. Just getting a little deeper into the hips. And notice the qualities of breath when your body greets strong sensation. It tends to get shallow. The body senses it as stress. And while it is stress, it's not bad stress. So tell the body you're safe and take deeper breaths. All right, we're going to uncross those legs. Send them straight up to the sky, arms overhead. Exhale, lift and crunch. Open up those legs, nice straddle. Really testing your limits here of that adduction or abduction. See how wide you can get those legs. Big breath in, full breath out. Yeah, you got it. 2 more. Reach and extend. Exhale, press. Last one. Moving with your own muscular engagement, not with gravity. All right, right here, as you're crunching up, we're going to use some core power to roll up into a straddle shape. So your legs are nice and wide. I've been taking advantage of this crisscross mat that I have here. There we go. Legs are nice and wide. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, begin to hinge forward at the hips. Maybe the forearms come down onto a block or palms to the earth. Just notice how it feels. And then keep your left forearm down. We're going to peel the right arm up right here. Just notice how it feels to twist through the spine. The hips are stable. One more breath. And then as you exhale, bring the right forearm down. Again, the block makes a really nice tether. If you want to use a block, and peel the left arm up. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. And release. We're going to come back up. Slide those legs together. Shake them out a little bit. I'm going to take off my Sip Happens sock because I'm getting toasty and ready. We're going to slide right into a table position. So from table position, spread the fingers. Notice the right angles that are forming in your, between your elbow, that's not your elbow, you're like in your armpit and also in your wrist. Just create those nice right angles and really press down into the palms, but lift up through the belly. So you feel just a little bit of stress, a little bit of pressure. Know that it's healthy pressure, particularly in your elbows too, when you're extending. Take a big breath and let the breath go. Keep your left palm where it is. We're going to peel the right arm up. Go for that twist again and bring your right hand behind your head this time. So bring it behind, like below your ponytail if you have one. Press palm into hand, hand into palm, and try to stabilize the hips so they're not shifting to the right. Hips are stacked over the knees. Take another big breath. As you exhale, bring right elbow down to the left wrist, a little twist. Inhale, open up. Exhale, right elbow to left wrist, just a little twist. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Breathe. And release. Nice. We're going to come back into a neutral spine. Bring the hand back down and send the hips back for a child's pose. Pressing the weight into the heels so you really feel that flexion into the knees and into the hips, and you feel a lot of extension into those ankles. And just be aware of that pressure, that sensation. Take another breath. And then start to float back into table position. Extend your left arm up to the sky. Feel the twist through the rib cage, not through the hips. Left hand behind the head. Get situated here, pressing the head into the hand, hand into head. Big breath in as you open up. And as you exhale, twist the left elbow toward the right wrist, just toward it. Maybe it taps the forearm. Inhale, peel up and open. And exhale to twist. And in doing this, you'll notice the parts of the legs and the hips that are engaged to keep you stable. 2 more. Keeping the belly engaged. 1 more, just for fun. Nice and controlled, nice. Beautiful. We're going to release that left arm back up and then to the earth. Just notice how the body is feeling. Maybe you're feeling some strong sensations in the shoulders, maybe in the rib cage. Extend one leg behind you, then the other. Come right into plank. Again, we're stacking the shoulders over the elbows, elbows over the wrist, and press the earth away. Honoring that connection, knowing that you're grounded, but knowing that you're strong and lifted at the same time. Take another breath. And on the exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Inviting more space into the body here. Space between the ribs. Space between the rib cage and the hips. Space between the tailbone and the crown of the head. Try to close the space between the heels and the earth, creating more space in the back of the legs. Find more space between the fingers. Take a big breath and let it go. On the inhale, come forward to high plank. On the exhale, hips high to downward facing dog. 2 more. Inhale, roll forward, inviting that stress into the body. Breathe into it. Exhale, hips high. 2 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. From downward facing dog, right heel to the sky. Step between the hands. We're going to rise up into a high crescent lunge. Okay, so right here, notice what you can do to invite a little more stability. So maybe it's grounding down through that right big toe and the heel, just feeling that line of energy pressing, offering a nice little base. Arms are going to rise on the inhale. And as you exhale, see if you can just give a gentle bend to that left knee as you draw the energy down between the shoulder blades, goalpost arms. As you inhale, straighten the back leg, reach up. And as you exhale, just a little dip into that back leg. Tiny, tiny little dip. It doesn't take much. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. And right here, take a big breath. And then bring those hands to frame the front foot. Step forward, forward fold. On the inhale, come all the way up. Gaze between the thumbs. Reach tall. And exhale, let the breath go and fold. Halfway lift, flat back. And fold again. Let's do that once more. Inhale, grow a little taller. And exhale, fold. Let something go. Halfway lift, long spine. Hands to the earth, step the right foot back. Then the left foot, high plank. Lower down all the way. Maybe the knees bend, or maybe you just make your way down in a plank. As you inhale, expand through the heart space. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra, just pressing the earth away. Feel the skin in the front body stretching. And lower down. This breath will take you to table. From table back to high plank. Big breath in. From high plank, downward facing dog. Breathe. And release. Inviting in space. And releasing tightness and tension. Beautiful. On the inhale, left heel to the sky. Exhale, step between the thumbs. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Setting up the same way, first honoring where you're rooted so that you can rise. Inhale. Exhale, little dip into that right knee. Goalpost the arms, draw the energy down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, little pulse. Nice. Taking your time, noticing the mechanics of this movement. Beautiful. From here, the hands will frame the front foot. Right foot steps forward, forward fold. Inhale, up, up, up. And exhale, let it go. Halfway lift. Hands plant. Step the left foot back. And then the right. High plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, expand through the heart. Press into the earth. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Breathe. And spend a little bit more time on that exhale. Maybe even exploring space between the breaths. Exploring space between the inhale and the exhale. One more. Beautiful. On the next breath, right heel to the sky. Step the right foot between the thumbs and sweep back up, high crescent lunge. On the inhale, reach forward. Bring the palms together. Keep reaching, lengthening through the spine. We're going to twist over to the right. So you have options here. One is to hook that left knee outside of the right, left elbow outside of the right knee. You can open the arms here. You can also stay high. Sometimes people say that maybe leaning on that leg destroys the integrity of, the firmness and the solidity of the shape. So maybe you twist in a high twist like this. Yeah? Any way you bring some compression into the organs and the spine, that's what we're looking for. So twist. Nice. Take one more big breath. Beautiful. We're going to come out of that twist, reach the arms up to the sky. And as we exhale, hands are going to come to the earth. Maybe you have blocks framing the foot. Shift into that right foot standing split. Okay. So standing split, we're sending the left heel straight up, inverting by hinging right at the hips, maybe trying to kiss the knee with our nose. Take one more breath. And then bend the left knee, drop behind the right knee, and plant that foot down over to the right behind you. I'm going to grab a block real quickly. We're going to stay here in this very awkward skater pose and feel the connection between the thighs. And then you're going to take your left palm to the earth and peel your right arm to the sky. Just notice how that feels. Right? Twisting through the spine, but the thighs and the glutes are squeezing to keep the hips stable. Take another breath. And then bring the right hand down, and again, I'm using a block, and peel the left arm up. What? Notice the discomfort, the awkwardness. We welcome that. We want that. We need that in our life so that we can continually evolve. Take another breath. And then release the left hand, go back to that right arm lifting, and notice how easy it feels, right? It feels comfortable. How boring is that? Take another breath. Bring both hands down to the earth. Send that left leg back up to the sky, and then step it down to meet the right forward fold. Bend the knees pretty aggressively. Bend the knees and the hips and the ankles, and we're going to rise all the way up. Exhale back into a fold. Halfway lift, long spine. Hands to the earth. You can step back, hop back, travel however you like. Going through a flow. marinating in the juiciness of each shape along the way, and stay anywhere that feels good to you. Breathe and release. All right, from here, look to the front of the mat. I'm trying to remember what we did on this side. Oh yeah, I gotcha. Left leg high. Had a brain fart. Left foot between the thumbs. Rise up high crescent. Hands to the earth and reach forward. Then take your twist. Remembering you have the option to keep the spinal column lifted if you feel that that is a more impactful stretch for you. You know, we're not into the aesthetics here. We're into function and sensation, and go where you need to go to find that. Breathe. And release. Our goal is twisting here. So what can you do to encourage a deeper twist? And start to come out of it. Back to high crescent lunge, floating those arms up. Yeah, you guys look good. And then bring the hands to the earth, standing split. Knowing that maybe it's better for you to keep the left knee bent or to use a block to bring the earth closer. Encouraging the crown of the head to release down so the neck softens. Take another breath. And then bend the right knee, bring it behind the left, and root it on down. And keep both knees sort of awkwardly bent. We want the joints to get a little love here. The right palm goes down to the earth. Left palm goes up. Twisting here. So remember to keep lengthening through the spine, drawing your rib cage up away from the pelvis. Take another breath. And then let's have some fun. Bring that left hand down and very awkwardly twist to the right. Yeah, right? It gets your attention. You know where you are. You know what you're doing. You guys look great. One more big breath. Keep squeezing those thighs together. And then the right hand down, left arm goes back up just to feel the difference. The difference between sort of a comfort zone and awkwardness. And then release the hands down. Send that right leg back up and out. And then step forward, forward fold. Come all the way up. And exhale all the way down. Halfway lift. Taking a flow that serves you. No need to rush through anything. Notice everything. Very nice. Just check in with the body. You know, once again, where are you feeling that energetic awakening, that aliveness? Can you tell exactly where the breath is going? All right, on the inhale, right heel to the sky. Step the right foot behind the right wrist. Melt your left heel down into warrior 2 feet. But before we come up, we're going to take some twists. You may want to have that block handy, putting it inside the arch of the right foot. Left palm down, right arm up. Getting that thoracic spine moving some more today. Big breath. And then bring the right hand down, maybe to the earth or the block. Peel the left arm up. Yeah, feels easy, right? One more breath. Then use your core to lift you up, warrior 2. And right here, take your hands, wrap them around your rib cage, and spin your ribs to the left just a little bit. Yep. Arms extend, gaze out over the top hand without the rib cage floating back. You want the ribs to point to, I don't know, 9 o'clock, I guess. Take a big breath in. Is there something more? Can you go a little deeper? Flip that right palm up and overhead, reverse the warrior, and then bring that hand behind the head once again, pressing hand into head, head into hand. Say that 3 times fast. Keeping the body kind of as is in terms of the waist down. We're going to take a little twist here. So inhale, reach that right elbow up to the sky. And as you exhale, see if you can take a little twist, pointing the right elbow down toward the left toes. Inhale, open up. And if you're feeling like it's too much compression in your lumbar spine, come up a little bit. Big breath in, full breath to twist. Really awkward, that's what we want. Big breath in, full breath out. One more, breathe. And a little rotation here. You got it. Come on back up. Reach those arms back out. Then cartwheel down and take your flow. Just feeling the echo of that twisting into the body. Breathe. And release. Nice. One more breath. Left heel to the sky with control. Left foot behind the left wrist. Melt the right foot down so the foot is now parallel to the short edge of the mat for the warrior 2 foot. We're going to take that twist. So the block is inside of the arch of the left foot. Right foot down. Nope, that's your right hand. I failed twister. You can play against me if you want to win, that's for sure. But I'm no fun. Lift the left arm up. Twist. Every breath, particularly those that you're directing right to where the body needs it, is helping create more space in the twist. One more breath. Beautiful. Left hand down, right arm up. Ah, so easy, right? Maybe not. Maybe it's not so easy. Feels a lot more comfortable though. All right, we're going to press up, warrior 2. Once again, hands to the rib cage. Spin those ribs over to the right. Yes. And then back to warrior 2, directing your gaze across the left hand. And just notice, is there something more you can invite into this lunge? What's stopping you? Is it in your body or is it in your mind? Breathe. Flip left palm, reverse your warrior. Bring the hand behind the head. And maybe this is enough. Maybe this side body opening just feels delicious. You want to go for the little twist. Big breath in, open up the rib cage. As you exhale, just a little twist, kind of aiming that left elbow. Inhale, remember this is all the spine. Hips and the thighs stay as they are. Just lubing up the spinal column a little bit. One more. You guys are doing great. And then come on back. Come on back to your warrior 2. Cartwheel the hands down. Take your flow. On your way back to downward facing dog. And release. Look to the step or hop the feet to hands. And we're going to come all the way up. Again, bend the knees as much as you want to rise up. Using your joints for a little springy action. And then hands to the heart. Spreading the toes, feeling space across the ball of the feet. To the heel of the feet, noticing that space in between at the arch. Creating space through length as the crown of the head lifts. Space between the ears and the shoulders as the shoulders soften. All right, from here, shift into the right foot. Start to invite that left knee up towards your chest. And then open up the left leg, and we're going to find tree pose. So you're planting your left foot on the right leg. I'll go to an angle here. And once the foot finds its placement, it's whatever you choose, make sure that your leg really welcomes your foot. So you feel the foot kind of kissing your leg, and your leg is like mwah, 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 right on back. The firmness, the compression that you create offers stability into the lower body so that you can start to get a little wild in the upper body. Maybe. Come on, Analia, get wild. No, I'm not picking on you. It's just fun. You've got a beautiful, bright shirt on, so I can see you right in the middle of the screen. All right, so we're lifting, again, creating space. Feel the tailbone lift up. Feel free to do something wild here. Notice how the body will respond. Yeah, take another breath. All right, from here, bring that left knee back up into your chest, and then send it back for warrior three. Another opportunity to balance here. Lifting your heel up to the sky, reaching the crown of the head forward. And then gently bring the hands down to the earth. Bend the left knee, bend the right knee, slide left behind right one more time. But this time we're going to come all the way down into a seated position with the legs crossed. So greeting that shape that we had earlier on our backs and a seated position, shoelace pose or cow face pose. Take a big breath in and lean into this. And normally we would do this with a shoulder variation. Shoulders aren't really the focus of the class today, but you can always do that. But if the hands are down, then in just a moment you can join me in a little twist. So our focus area here is the hips, putting a little compression into the digestive organs. And start to walk your hands over to the right. Maybe you get that left elbow on the outside or the top of the knee and use that as leverage to twist a little bit. So we're leaning in to feel this in the hips, but we're adding that little twist. Hi, Heather. I see ya. I mean, I don't see you. I see that you're practicing with us today. I'm glad you're here. So we're twisting while we're leaning. We'll be here for one more breath. And then slowly, again, you feel that recoil, that rebound, just slowly coming out of it. Sometimes that is where you get that flush of sensation. If it's accessible for you, roll back over onto the knees. Send your right leg behind you, shaking it along the way. Left leg goes behind you, back into everyone's favorite high plank. Yay! Take another breath. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Looking for that space. Breathe in. And breathe out. Look forward, hop, step, jump, feet to hands, arrive on your own time. Bend, flex at the ankles, the knees, and the hips, springing you up into a nice tall shape. Hands at the heart once again. Shift into the left foot, building the sequence on the right side. Right knee up, externally rotate, and then invite the foot to the leg, above or below the knee. We don't want to create an opportunity for instability in the knee ever. So we respect the knee and go above or beyond. But once the foot finds its place, then really engage, contract. Feel that fire in the tissues of the body. Feel the pubis kind of lifting. Maybe invite the arms to have a little party again. Marby, are you going to party? Marby's got the best name for a party. It kind of sounds like a party. Marby party. You can do your swimming. Yeah. We all need some more dancing in our lives, right? Just be present here for yourself. 2 more breaths. So nice. That right knee's going to hug back. Right. Slowly, as you bend the knees, bring the right behind the left, bringing the sit bones down to the earth. And once you get here, and I failed to mention it, I'm sorry about that, but hopefully you let your own wisdom guide you into taking some modifications. So one is to stuff something between your knees. Another is to extend your right leg. Come back to a figure 4 shape. So if you're running away from discomfort, come on back to discomfort. But if you're running away from pain, bravo. We do not want pain. Pain means something's wrong. Lean in, hinge at the hips. Breathe that edge where you feel something. You want to take the twist, walk your hands over to the left. Maybe the right elbow comes on top of the knee, using that as leverage to go deeper in the twist. Take a final breath here. Slowly coming out of the twist. And we're going to stay where we are. Bring those hands behind you, uncross the legs, and either windshield wiper the legs or with the legs out in front of you, give yourself a nice little loving beating. Beating is not the right word. Tapping, little tapping, wherever it feels good. Maybe movement in the joints is better serving you. All right, we're gonna roll onto our backs. Come on down. Hug those knees in towards your chest and just feel the sacrum and the back sort of evenly melting into the earth. Open up the arms, twisting to the right first. Let the knees drift over with your control. Once you arrive there, take any variation. Maybe the top leg extends if you want to get a nice stretch into the left side IT band. Maybe that right hand roots down onto the leg. Perhaps your head turns. We're looking here again for more twisting. So if you're feeling it, you're doing it. It doesn't matter what you look like. Another breath here. If the leg is extended, bend it. Slowly using the core to lift the knees back up to center. Just for fun, stick that straddle shape again where the legs are open and we're just going to pulse for 10, 9, 8. Really use those lower abs. 6, 5, yep. 4, 3, feel that neck getting strong. 2, And one, hold it, hold it. Just notice how it feels to breathe into that abdominal engagement. Don't hold your breath. Don't grit your teeth. You got this. One more breath. And come on down, hug the knees in. Twist over to the left. You guys are awesome. Same variations are there for you. Want to try to keep the shoulders down to the earth, but if there's a little bit of space between the right shoulder and earth and you're feeling the twist, and there's nothing wrong with that, it's fine. Release this expectation of a certain aesthetic. Throw it out the window in favor of sensation. Two more breaths. Come right on back to center. Lift up so the head comes close to the knees and the knees drawn toward the ears, and just give yourself the biggest hug. A warm, loving embrace, thanking yourself for your attention, your effort, for doing some funky things today, working on your anti-fragility so that you can be more flexible, more resilient in all the challenges that come your way, whether they be physical, mental, emotional, cognitive, whatever. You're ready. One more big squeeze. And then unfurl the body, feeling everything just relax and melt down to the earth. And before you get 100% settled, let's just take a big body squeeze. So take a big breath in, squeeze all the muscles that you can control right now. Hold it, squeeze a little tighter, and let the breath go. Let the muscles relax. Melt right into this final shape where you simply get to be. Fragility. Humans seem fragile at times, like the shell of a bird about to hatch, as if we could break when someone laps on us just one more time. We can feel this in times of sickness or heartache. We can feel it when someone lets us down, when we have an accident or life strikes at us. When a butterfly emerges from its breaking prison, it is reborn stronger and given a new life. When a chicken emerges from its shell, it is anti-fragility from moments of trial. These feelings of fragility are and human, and a chance to watch yourself reborn. Embrace them. So when the truck rumbles through your town and your curio cabinet begins to shake, are you more like the frog that is made of glass, that shatters, that feels destroyed? Are you more like the steel frog, robust, just bouncing, almost oblivious to the change? Or are you more like the live frog, sensing the urgency to move in a way that accommodates health and safety? May you continue to embrace uncertainty. May you continue to welcome challenges with curiosity and compassion. May you continue your practices on and off the mat that help to build your resilience and your anti-fragility. So bring awareness into the breath. Bring some movement into the body. Invite a big stretch. And then roll onto one side, the symbolic shape of your rebirth, your renewal. And gently roll yourself up to a seated position, inviting the hands together at the heart. Take a big breath in. Let your breath go. Thank you for practicing with us today. The light shining so brightly for you. Namaste.